Hello, fellow collectors. I'm Anthony with Anthony's Comic Book Art, and I'm here today with a man who has traveled tens of hours to get here, all the way from Beijing, China.
That's right.
But originally from where? UK, London area?
Northeast England.
Oh,
Newcastle.
northeast. Northeast. So that's near.
Durham and Newcastle.
Okay. What's York? Is that?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah,
North of York.
Yeah. Okay. North of York.
Yeah, there is a north of York.
I thought Scotland was north of York, right?
There's a fair chunk in between.
Oh, a fair chunk in between. Well, I just saw the movie. All right. You know, Braveheart, where they go back and forth. Anyway, so that's fun that you came all the way from Beijing. You're here on vacation and you wanted to stop by the Anthony's Comic Book Art and pick up a few pieces. What do you got there? You got a Bagley.
Bagley.
Oh my God, that's
so it's a beautiful page.
Inexpensive.
And can't beat Nombre Fogo on anything, basically.
Did you
And
see
I
the
love
Batman pages I actually had? But they're kind
I
of pricey.
didn't see them,
yeah.
but I would love to see them.
Yeah, I mean they're good. I mean everybody's like, "Oh, got any Batman pages with Batman on it?" And then I get them, and now it's like we got to sell them. So tell us about your collecting growing up in the UK.
I started out with the Marvel UK Transformers reprint, which would have 11 pages of Marvel other backup strips in the back. So I started out on Ditko's Machine Man, then Barry Windsor Smith and Herb Trimpe on their Machine Man, and then moved into Iron Man, and that's how I started reading Marvel comics.
The Mighty World of Marvel, those ones?
The Marvel UK Transformers comic had reprints in the
Oh,
back,
okay.
so there were 11 pages of
So
Transformers.
when was that?
84 through
Oh,
92.
80s, yeah. Well, I know the Mighty World of Marvel that was like in the 70s.
Yeah.
And they would have those. I've had a lot of that art that would bridge the gap between the story because they would
Yes,
they
do a
would
new
abridge it.
splash page.
That's the word for it, isn't it? Abridging it. So yeah, they would do a new splash page. This guy named Jeff Acklin did a lot of them. Maybe he was English. I don't know. Yeah, they would have 3 different shortened versions of.
In black and white, printed on really low quality newspaper stock.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm thankful for it because it really bred a lot of collectors into Marvel at that time. I mean, basically all of them.
Yeah, pretty much. When I was reading Transformers, they were all available in what we would call charity shops, what you would call thrift stores. So I could go in there and buy 10 issues for £1 of those old 70s black and white reprints and get a taster of the whole Marvel universe for next to nothing. So,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah.
So
Sadly, I don't have any of those anymore. But
I'm interested in what you were talking about as far as the what you do in Beijing. That you teach English as a second language type thing, or
well, I teach in an international primary school, but I
Oh,
lead
okay.
on English. And my classroom is actually 6 Stan Lee, so the whole classroom is themed around Marvel comic books with Stan Lee as a focus for our biographical writing.
Wow.
And I build the whole curriculum around using comic books and video games for kids to try and make it more engaging for them.
That's
oh,
so
that's
cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a bunch of stuff from an old Stan Lee office right here. You have look at this. This is a Stan Lee birthday card or signed by the whole staff in when was this? When was this one? This one was pretty cool. Yeah.
Wow.
So
That's incredible. Man, if I could give up my year's salary to put that on my classroom wall, it would be cool, but it probably would be a year's salary. So, that is beautiful.
yeah, how would you get it back to
God, I would have to.
to Beijing?
Couldn't because it wouldn't roll.
Is it? Oh yeah, it's on fiberglass. It looks like, or some kind
Put it on a boat.
of. Well, that's so interesting. Did you
beautiful.
see that book by Tom Scioli about the Stan Lee?
Yeah. I'm reading a few
How do you
biographies.
say his name?
I would say Scioli, but
Scioli. Okay.
I have no idea.
Yeah, it was interesting. I met him years ago, and I had him do a commission for me about in his style. That was that kind of Kirby Royer style that he has, and I actually really liked the Jack Kirby bio that he did, and I bought the Stan Lee to read, but I haven't read it yet.
No, me neither. I'm reading the Danny Fingeroth biography at the moment, actually. Got that one with me for the holiday.
Yeah, there's so many, and there's been a few, that you can search on the Netflix or whatever. That's Stan was he was a legend, and he was a PR guy that I respect him for that. There's certain ins and outs of the personality and the relationships with the Kirby that
Yeah.
you can pick a side, I guess, or
I tend to leave that along with the kids and just
Right.
call him a co-creator of the Marvel Universe.
right. Yeah, and a lot of people ask me about, got any Stan Lee art? I'm like, no, amateurs. I'm like, no, that's from his office too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like there was I don't know, about 10 years ago, there was a storage space that had a bunch of stuff from his office in LA, and this one guy sold it to this one guy in LA and sold stuff to me. So that's from his office over there. I don't know, maybe we could pull something down that's small for you. That's another one over there, and that's another one of those birthday cards, the big birthday cards. So that's so cool that you're educating a whole new generation of fans.
Yeah, essentially just trying to let them, as I mentioned to you before you started filming, that they're not exposed to comic books in China. They're just not a medium that children encounter in any language. So the kids I teach get to see it, get to enjoy it, and get to see the bridging between picture books and textbooks and the value that comics have in developing readers, but also just in being a valid medium on their own.
Now, does the communist government have a specific take on comic books that they're not available, or?
No, I mean there are, as far as I know, 2 or 3 comic stores in China, and that's it. In the whole country,
But it's not
1.4
like
billion people.
Banned or anything like that?
No, but there are restrictions on bringing them in. If you
Yeah.
want to bring in more than 50 individual issues, then you'll have to explain why per issue.
Okay.
Because they could be
Seditious?
They-
Is that a
they-
word?
Yeah, they could be not in line with thinking. Put it that way. So
Yeah, that's the right word. Seditious.
Yeah.
If that's a word.
it is. It is. It's not a word I use. with
You're
my
English,
kids.
do you know? I don't know. I'm American. I talk American.
So your seditious probably doesn't have a U in it then.
All right, so that's so cool. You're born in the UK. Let's see, and then you came to the East Coast, and now you got to go back all the way over there.
Yeah.
All the way
Hopefully
over
with some nice new art to put
Yeah.
on the walls of my apartment and to scan and copy and show to the kids in my classroom.
there. Yay! Thank you. I appreciate you stopping by so much. Thank you very much. It's been fun talking to you.
Me too.
All right, so I'm Anthony with Damien.
Thank you, Damien.